Hello and welcome to another episode of your Ultimate Biology audio guide. In this episode, we'll be covering one of the most foundational chapters in biology for students, Life Processes in Living Organisms Part 1. This episode is designed to be your complete guide, ideal for revising or building conceptual understanding. We'll walk through every process, system, and term in detail, and give you context and examples where needed. Let's begin. Segment 1. Introduction to life processes. In all living organisms, from single-celled bacteria to complex humans, various life processes are continuously taking place to maintain life. These include processes like respiration, circulation, digestion, excretion, and control through nervous and hormonal coordination. While these processes may look different across species, their core purpose remains the same: maintaining homeostasis and supporting life. Human beings have organ systems that perform these functions in a coordinated way. For example, the digestive system processes food, the respiratory system takes in oxygen, and the circulatory system distributes both nutrients and oxygen to cells. The excretory system removes waste, while the nervous and endocrine systems maintain control and coordination. All of these systems depend on one critical need: energy. And this brings us to our next segment. Segment 2. Energy production and nutrients. To fuel all biological activities, organisms require energy. This energy comes from food, specifically nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. The mitochondria, often called the powerhouses of the cell, are responsible for converting these nutrients into usable energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Let's break this down further. Carbohydrates are broken down into glucose. Glucose undergoes oxidation in the mitochondria through processes like glycolysis, the Krebs cycle, and the electron transport chain. This results in the production of ATP. But nutrients alone are not enough. Oxygen is equally important. It acts as the final electron acceptor in the respiratory chain, making aerobic respiration possible. That's why the circulatory system plays a vital role. It transports both oxygen and nutrients to every cell. Now let's look at how muscle cells use this energy. Segment 3. Role of muscles and energy demand. Muscles are crucial for all types of movement, whether it's walking, talking, or even the beating of your heart. Muscles use proteins like actin and myosin to contract and relax. This requires a constant supply of ATP. Muscles also produce heat during contraction, helping regulate body temperature. The energy demands of muscle cells are met by aerobic respiration, but during intense exercise when oxygen is limited, muscles can switch to anaerobic respiration. Though less efficient, it's a quick way to generate ATP. Segment 4. Anaerobic respiration and fermentation. Not all organisms rely on oxygen for energy. In anaerobic respiration, glucose is broken down without oxygen, resulting in less ATP and byproducts like lactic acid or alcohol. In yeast, anaerobic respiration leads to fermentation, producing ethanol and carbon dioxide. This is the basis for making bread, beer, and wine. Some microbes also perform anaerobic respiration, and these processes have industrial applications, such as the production of antibiotics, alcohol, and organic acids. Segment 5. Biosynthesis and proteins. The body doesn't just use nutrients for energy, it also uses them for building and repair. Proteins are crucial for this. Cells synthesize proteins from amino acids. These proteins serve many functions: enzymes to catalyze biochemical reactions, structural components of membranes, hormones like insulin from the pancreas, and growth hormones from the pituitary gland, contractile proteins in muscles, actin and myosin, immunoproteins like antibodies, hemoglobin in blood to transport oxygen. Without proteins, life as we know it couldn't function. Segment 6. Cell division, mitosis, and meiosis. Life depends on the ability to grow, repair, and reproduce, all of which require cell division. There are two main types of cell division. 1. Mitosis produces two identical daughter cells. It's used for growth and repair. 2. Meiosis produces 4 genetically different daughter cells, each with half the chromosome number, essential for sexual reproduction. Let's briefly look at the stages of mitosis. Prophase. Chromosomes condense, and the nuclear envelope dissolves. Metaphase. Chromosomes line up in the middle of the cell. Anaphase. Chromatids are pulled apart. Telophase. New nuclei form around the separated chromatids. In meiosis, 2 successive divisions result in gametes like sperm and egg. Segment 7. DNA and chromosomes. During cell division, it's crucial that the genetic material DNA is accurately replicated and distributed. DNA is packed into structures called chromosomes. Humans have 23 pairs, for a total of 46 chromosomes. Each chromosome carries hundreds to thousands of genes, which are segments of DNA that code for proteins. Proper chromosome segregation ensures genetic stability. Errors can lead to disorders like Down syndrome or cancer. Segment 8. Coordination and regulation. Life processes need tight regulation to work smoothly. This regulation happens through 2 main systems. Nervous system transmits signals quickly using neurons. Examples: reflexes, muscle movement. Endocrine system uses hormones that travel through the blood. Examples: insulin regulating glucose, adrenaline managing stress responses. These systems ensure the body responds appropriately to internal and external stimuli. Segment 9. Summary and review. Let's recap what we covered today. Multiple systems: digestive, respiratory, circulatory, excretory, and nervous work in a coordinated manner. Energy is produced by mitochondria using nutrients and oxygen. Anaerobic respiration and fermentation serve special roles. Proteins are essential for nearly every biological function. Cell division through mitosis and meiosis is key for growth and reproduction. DNA and chromosomes carry and pass on genetic information. Control and coordination are managed through nervous and hormonal pathways. Closing. And that wraps up our detailed exploration of life processes in Living Organisms Part 1. If you found this helpful, be sure to replay and take notes. Stay tuned for Part 2, where we'll look at nutrition, transportation, excretion, and more in plants and animals. Thanks for listening, and remember, biology is not just a subject, it's the science of life itself.